So today's session we begin with ask, trust, receive, and love is the key. Now this session has shown up on popular demand. And I say on popular demand because many of you said you wanted to talk about various topics. A lot of you said you were dealing with anger. A number of wonderful souls said that they were dealing with guilt, and there was resentment, and there were fears as well, and all of that. And when I sat in silence for a few minutes, what I understood is that all of this is coming from some place deep in the heart where we have forgotten to trust the process of life, probably. And maybe our faith is tottering someplace. And also maybe that we are in fear of asking, wondering whether the asking will actually become the receiving. And with that, this topic came up for me: ask, trust, and receive. And love is the key. So tonight we gather not to force life in any way, but to remember how to receive life. And the heart, your heart, my heart, already holds the key. So we are here just to understand what this could mean. So let us all place our right hand on our heart, maybe with the left hand over it, and understand that our heart already holds the key. So now if you look at the image, there is a key there, and this key represents all that your heart desires, all that you pray for, and all that you are probably asking for. That's how the key came up. And all those hands that you see, the heart-shaped, okay? So the hands are faith, the hands are surrender, and the hands are trust. And the heart-shaped key reminds us that what we seek must be aligned in love. So we will move on our session with this. And yes, there are clouds, if you noticed. Within the heart there are clouds. And the clouds symbolize the unseen, where faith resides. So with this, let us begin the gentle inquiry. What door has my heart been longing to open? What door has my heart been longing to open? Can you put this down in the chat box, somebody? Where am I still gripping instead of trusting? So gripping is where am I still just closed and so tight. Wonderful. So finances, yes, I can see all typing. So let us just type in whatever is it that, what door has my heart been longing to open, and where am I still gripping instead of trusting? So we can take this down now. We can remove the screen sharing, Donnie. Donnie, can you remove this? Hello? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, some of you have put it all into the chat box, and I'm grateful. So this is just something for you to reflect upon, because when we reflect, we begin, okay, still gripping, don't know, that's fine. And maybe we could just turn that into an affirmation. I'm willing to be open and receptive to see clearly now. I am willing to see clearly now. Right. So let me see all of you right now. I want to view all of you once before I begin. Let me get to the gallery. Yeah. There, I can see all of you. Yeah, Azan, I can see you. Geeta, Mamta, all of you. Wonderful. I can see Maria, Lavina, Aarti, so many of you. Yes. Thank you, Ankit, all of you for being here. Rosie. Right. Wonderful. So, what I'm going to just touch upon today is that many of you said that you are still gripping and you're still looking at different areas and you're not very clear about certain things. So, desiring or wanting something is really never wrong. So often, sometimes we're told, that there are too many desires and you don't need to have this desire and all of that, and it's all right. So desire is not wrong. Actually, it is a kind of a guidance. It guides us to look at what is happening with us. And what is important is to become aware of what is happening. So our session is all about awareness, accepting, acknowledging, and when we have become aware, then we take responsibility to move beyond what we have gotten aware of. And the heart's desire actually just flows naturally. The heart just flows naturally. And when it flows naturally, we're very happy and we're very comfortable. What happens is, it only flows naturally when we stop resistance. The flow stops when we resist. It's just like that river. So that is why it is very important, why we keep saying be open and receptive. Be open and receptive and willing to flow. Now, why do we say that give up, stop all resistance? Louise always says that, stop all resistance. If you've heard her, quite often she will say that, because resistance shows up in anger. Resistance shows up as guilt. Resistance shows up in our fears. I'm fearful of this will happen, that will happen. Resistance shows up as resentment. So anger, resentment, fear, guilt, all show up when we resist the flow of life and the flow from our heart. When we begin to question, when we doubt, then all of this will begin to show up for us. And love is not effort. So we talk a lot about love yourself, heal your life. Love is not effort actually. Love flows effortlessly. So love has so many forms, but we generally begin to look at love only in one particular form. Love is allowance. When you allow, when everything begins to flow, love is allowance. Love is not effort. I want you to get this distinction. There's no control here. There's really nothing to control. It's just effortless. It just flows. And when it flows, we allow being in the present moment and letting life unfold for us. So the universe actually never withholds. This universe never withholds. That's why ask. It is we who block the flow by holding on to fear and what do we hold on to? Fear versus faith and trust. So just take a moment and think about the times where you've held on to fear versus faith and trust. So we replace fear with faith and trust. And if you've read You Can Heal Your Life and a lot of Louise's books, she'll always tell you to replace it with faith and
Babuma, you have muted yourself by mistake.
no, said my co-host has muted me, so somebody by mistake muted me. That's all right. Okay. Fine. So you can hear me now? Okay, fine. So I'm just going to quickly touch over these points and then I'm going to get ourselves aligned and tell you one brilliant story which is going to give you all the answers, and then we'll just move on to our session very quickly and allow it to flow. So what happens when we block the flow? What do we give rise to? Anger, resentment, fear and guilt is what I have just spoken about. So inside of all this, the answers to a lot of our woes is forgiveness. Now what does forgiveness give us? Forgiveness gives us liberation, freedom. Now to forgive is not easy. Many of you will say, okay, I've heard that 100 times, 1,000 times, it's not easy, okay, this, that and the other. But the next few days, for the next 5 days, we're going to do growth work on all of what I'm going to be talking about today so that we can build muscle in all of that we're talking about today, right? And what does trust do? Trust relaxes the nervous system. A lot of mental health, a lot of things that we're dealing with, actually, it's important for us to trust. So just giving you a few insights here. And what does love do? Love is alignment. And love is not attachment to anything. Attachment to a person, attachment to a situation, attachment to a job, finances, good health. Attachment of any kind blocks us. So yes, we want, we desire, and that's all right, it's not wrong. For that, we will need to fulfill on certain ways, systematically, and what is meant for us shall flow to us. We will just trust the process of life and understand that. And it's all about our inner work. That is why it's important to do the inner work. Love yourself and heal your life is what we're going to touch upon. Today I'm going to touch upon resistance a lot. What resistance does for us. How resistance causes anger. How resistance causes resentment. How resistance causes fear. So I want all of you to just for a minute think about what is the emotion that is really rampant या बहुत ज़्यादा है in Hindi. कौन सा emotion बहुत ज़्यादा है? Anger है, fear है, guilt है, resentment है. कौन सा है आपके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा? If you wish to type in the chat box is fine. If you don't want to, you can just put it in your own journal. And I'm okay with that. It is important for your own personal learning out here, right? All right. So has everybody taken a minute to do that? Brilliant. So now I'm going to just ask you all to take a deep breath for a minute and close your eyes. Just breathing in and breathing out. Close your eyes and allow yourself to relax completely now. Placing your hand on your heart with the other hand over it, gently move your attention to the top of your head and allow the top of your head to relax completely. As the top of your head relaxes, move down to the back of your head, the sides, and relax your entire head completely now. And as you begin to relax yourself, get present to all the sounds that are there around you. All that you hear this moment now, the external chatter, including the internal chatter. Move your attention to your forehead, relaxing all the creases that are there in your forehead. Relax your eyes, your cheeks, smiling inwards and outwards now. Relax the back of your neck, the sides of your neck, your throat that allows complete self-expression. Move down to your left shoulder and your right shoulder, relaxing your shoulders completely this moment now. And as you breathe in and breathe out, dropping all your stresses and your burdens, one by one, dropping off all your stresses and burdens down through your upper arms, forearms, and out through your palms, through your fingertips. All the cloudiness leaves you right now. Gently move your attention to your upper back, relaxing your upper back, allowing yourself complete emotional support. Moving down to the middle back, releasing any guilt that may be sitting out there. To your lower back, accepting and acknowledging financial support now. Gently move your attention to your heart and listen to the gentle beating of your heart, allowing it to open and expand in the willingness to grow. Expanding, willing to ask, to give, and to receive this moment now. Move down to your stomach, the storehouse of emotions, where lie all the filing cabinets that you have stored of all past incidents. Gently willing to release and let go. One by one, letting go one by one, moving down to your pelvis, acknowledging all the organs that sit within you. Move down to your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, and your feet. And as you move down to your feet, feel the flow of energy moving up through your feet from deep, deep down, Mother Earth, allowing this energy to rise back in through your feet, your calves, your knees, your thighs, pelvis, stomach, moving right up to your heart and filling that space completely with love. Every cell, every muscle, and every tissue is infused with love now. Gently move your attention to the top of your head and notice the ball of light that comes down like a shower upon every cell, every muscle, and every tissue, down from your head through your entire body, like a shower of light, and mingling with the love in your heart. And as you place both your hands on your heart, allow love and light to settle there, expanding outwards to all those you love, sending loving light and peace to each and every person, place, and space on planet Earth, sharing your love with the light, remembering that love and peace is the need of this hour today. Take a few deep breaths in your willingness to expand, and when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Welcome back. I just guided you through the process without any music today. I thought, let's just listen to the silence around us. Thank you, each and every one of you. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share a little story with you. And some of you may have already heard this story, and some of you may not have heard this story. But either ways, I invite you to listen carefully. Now, this story is about the taxi driver who didn't get upset. Okay? So, there was this taxi driver, and he loved his taxi, and he drove around town picking up whoever he could and took them to the spaces and places that they wanted to reach. So one day a man jumped into this taxi and rushing to get into a meeting. So he was in a big hurry and he rushed in, and the driver greeted him warmly, hello, and he smiled at him, and he began to drive calmly through the traffic. And as he was driving calmly through the traffic, suddenly another car just cut him off really hard and very close. And the other driver just slammed his brakes, and he leaned out of his window, and he gave this taxi driver a mouthful of abuses, and he waved his arms and spoke all kinds of stuff and cursed loudly, and he just glared with anger. And this passenger sitting in the taxi kind of braced himself, all kind of ready for something now to happen. So he expected this taxi driver to shout back, to curse back. He expected him to retaliate. And what happened? Something surprising happened. This taxi driver just smiled, he slowed down slightly and gently waved the angry taxi, the other driver, on, right? There was no anger, there was no reaction, there was no tension, and he was just calm. So the passenger who was sitting at the back got a little astonished, and he asked the driver, why didn't you get upset? That man was completely out of line. वो तो बहुत ही अजीब आदमी था, and he was not nice, और आपने इसको कैसे allow किया? Why did you allow this? आपने उसको वापस retaliate क्यों नहीं किया? So the taxi driver just chuckled and he smiled softly. And what did he say? Guess what he said? He said, many people, are like garbage trucks. Garbage, तो कचरा के जो trucks होते हैं. Many people are like those garbage trucks. And what happens? They run around full of this garbage. There's so much garbage inside them. Garbage is their frustration, the garbage is their anger, their disappointments, their resentments, and all of it is sitting inside of them. So they're moving around like the garbage trucks. And as that garbage piles up inside of them, they need somewhere to dump it. Right? उनको कोई ना कोई चाहिए जहाँ पे उनको ये उगलना है. right? He paused and he was still continuing to drive smoothly. So what he said was that if you let them, they'll dump it upon you. So he says, I let them dump it upon me, but I don't take it personally. I want you to get conscious and let people in, please, whoever's assisting me, because it kind of distracts me. And he says, I just smile at them. And he says, I wish them well, and I move on. So what we noticed here was that the taxi driver was being in this present moment, compassionate and understanding. But yet, what happened was, he also said to them that I don't allow these garbage trucks to override me. So this is a moment of understanding for each of us, dear ones, that a lot of times there are many things such things that would happen in our lives. So when the driver said all of this to the passenger just sat quietly and letting all of what he had said sink in. And the driver, he continued to say that life is too short actually, to wake up angry in the morning, to hold grudges, or to carry resentment towards others because of someone else's burdens. Someone said this to me, so I allow it. I burden myself up. He says, life is too short for me to carry other people's garbage. So love the people around you. Love the people who treat you nicely. And those who don't treat you nicely, just send them blessings and pray for them. And remember that what others give you is often actually about them. It's not about you. So those of us who keep carrying guilt for no rhyme or reason, it's not about you. Remember that. Don't allow people's garbage to become your burdens. This is really important. And as the driver said this, they reached their destination. And the passenger, he stepped out and he realized something that particular day. When he came for the meeting, he understood that he had learnt a new way of living. So you've got to look at what other people say to you, what circumstances do to you. Don't carry that garbage and that burden. So there is this line about be a Ferrari versus a garbage truck. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a Ferrari, but what it really means actually is that you just carry on the wide road and you carry on, like also that I tell you that be like that caravan and things will keep happening, but you will not forget your purpose. So when we resist, when we retaliate, so there are usually these ways in which we react to people. Somebody said something to you, either we retaliate, okay, or we absorb. So somebody got angry with you, you'll give a mouthful back. The second is somebody said something to you, you absorb. You become quiet, you become moody, and you moan and you groan inwards, and that sets the whole tone of the mood throughout the day. And the other way is you transform. So what the driver did, what he said to the passenger was actually transforming the garbage. He transformed it with an understanding, with an awareness and a knowledge, with deep compassion and with responsibility. So dear ones, it's important for us to live in this present moment and look at how are our responses. to what people say to us. Are we the garbage truck? There's no point. And you don't need to prove your worth by reacting. Always remember, we try and prove ourselves right. You don't need to prove your worth by reacting. You don't need to absorb every emotion thrown your way. There'll be people around you who'll keep throwing emotions. Don't absorb it, dear ones. Your peace is not a public dumping ground. Your peace is not a public dumping ground. Remember that. This is very important. I've just noted a few things down. I wrote down today as a gentle takeaway. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every mood deserves your energy. If someone's in a bad mood, that's fine. Not every burden is yours to carry. Most often, the most powerful act is non-participation. Non-participation, yani ki the least resistance, is most important. So with that, I am going to ask you all, let's do one little kind of a reflection. And I want you to just close your eyes for a minute if you have taken all of this in. And let's kind of look at what is surfacing for us. So let us pause for a minute and close our eyes. All of you, just close your eyes and notice the body sitting. Just notice yourself sitting. The body, I'm calling it the body, not you. Breathing in and breathing out. There's nothing to change and there's nothing to fix. Let us together recall the image of the taxi driver. Someone cut him off. Anger was offered to him, and yet he did not receive the anger. In life, moments like this could rise for us again and again. There could be a sharp word. There could be a tense or a stern look. Someone else's restlessness could be spilling outwards. And often, without noticing, without realizing, unknowingly, we just pick it up. We tighten the body. We replay that moment. And we continue to carry what was never ours. Right now, I want you to just simply notice, how does the body feel when you imagine not taking anything on? Just envision that you're just releasing everything and you're sitting in this silence, relaxed. How does your body feel now? Maybe your shoulders soften and relax. Your breath may deepen and you just breathe in and breathe out. And you just allow yourself to be in this just silent state. Now this is not indifference, dear ones. This is wisdom. This is a state of wisdom when you are settled in this knowing, in this awareness just now. You are not required to react every time. You are not required to react to everything. You can pass this moment without collecting any of the weight that surrounds you. Allow your body to just lighten up. You can keep driving steady in this present moment and free. Take a few breaths, breathing in and breathing out, with the knowing that peace is preserved not by control. Peace is preserved not by control. Peace is preserved and kept through awareness. Just being aware every moment, all the way. Take a few deep breaths, breathing in and breathing out, and when you are ready, you may open your eyes. So right now, I am going to open this space for all of you. Any of you wishes to share, because there's so much that keeps happening around us, and we just absorb all the garbage that's around us and allow it to affect our peace of mind and our being. So what is important, the awareness that we will practice with patience and persistence to continue self-care with love, because love is only alignment with ourselves. It's nothing else. There's no attachment. So any of you would like to unmute yourselves? And yes, please share. And then we'll move further. I would
Good
like...
evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Who's that? Yes, Ankit.
Ankit.
Welcome, dear one.
Thank you, ma'am. मैम अभी जब क्लास लग रही थी तो त्विषा साथ बैठी थी, वो सुन रही थी सारा कुछ.
अच्छा, your little one.
हाँ जी.
Yeah.
तो वो कहती, पापा आप इतना कुछ करते हो, इतना अच्छा अच्छा सुनते हो, पर आप रिएक्शन देने बंद क्यों नहीं करते?
How beautiful is that? Your little daughter. How old is she, Ankit?
She's 9 years old.
And see, how beautiful is this? Thank you for sharing this.
मैम ये मेरे को भी नहीं समझ आ रहा कि रिएक्शन मेरे बंद क्यों नहीं हो रहे हैं. प्रैक्टिस भी कर ली, मतलब वो गार्बेज का ट्रक भी हूं मैंने, मान लिया मैं, ये हो क्यों नहीं रहा है?
Yes, so never
अगर वो
mind.
छोटी सी 9 साल की बच्ची को अगर ये समझ आ सकता है तो मेरे को क्यों नहीं आ रहा है?
So you ask yourself why. Just be willing and give up the resistance which I spoke about, and we will continue to practice this with an open heart, right? And the fact that you are sharing this, Ankit, जो आप अभी कह रहे हो, ये एक शुरुआत ही है. ये शुरुआत नहीं, शुरू तो आप बहुत पहले हो गए थे. I've known you for how many? Almost 20 years now. And you have shifted. I have seen such a huge difference in you. So you are not seeing the difference. I am seeing the difference. Right?
मैम वो बेटी को देखना बहुत जरूरी है इस टाइम पे. वो देखना चाहती है. वो कहती मैं ना एक और सेशंस लगाता हूँ, तो वो कहती है पापा आप इनको भी सुन रहे हो, इनको भी सुन रहे हो. उसको नाम भी याद है आप सबके, वो सबके नाम लेती है. कहती पापा फर्क क्यों नहीं पड़ रहा?
So yes, now I would invite you also to speak in English and in Hindi because लोग दूसरे country से भी हैं. ठीक है अंकित, और ये बहुत अच्छा आपने अभी शेयर किया. I am grateful for what you've said. Now this is a question that you've got to ask yourself. It's all about self-work. And you know that it's all about you yourself, the willingness to change. There's nothing outside of us. Okay? And that's why I
Yes,
told you
ma'am.
the story about this, the garbage truck and the taxi driver. He could have retaliated. He could continue to do that. And we do that in life, don't we? When we ourselves are driving. How often do
Yes.
we say things, isn't it? But this is just a practice. So practice with patience and persistence, बार बार लगातार, बार बार लगातार. ठीक है?
Yes.
Thank you for sharing,
Thank you.
and lots
Thank
of
you.
love for Twisha.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Love you, my dear.
Thank you. Love you, ma'am. Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes, Rekha, and then I would invite many of you to share today.
Babuji, namaste.
Namaste.
I wanted to share something from the first part where you shared about faith and having trust. So the recent incidents in my life when it happened to me and how I did not let fear overgrip me, and that awareness was there of taking action, and that I know that I would be supported by the universe. And I think practicing it on, as you rightly said, bar lagatar, I think practicing it on a daily basis and starting to believe in it, not just voicing those words, I think helped me through that situation very, very bravely and very courageously. There were elements of, emotions riding up and down, no doubt. But overall, I could manage the situation very peacefully and very bravely. And that was only because of faith and trust and no resistance.
Thank you. Thank you, Rekha. And I would like to just add to this. Rekha is talking about just a few days back, she was on a holiday with her husband, and her husband collapsed in the toilet, and the door was closed, and they had to break open the door to get him out. And of course, they managed all of whatever she could to the best of her ability, but also everything has turned out wonderfully in the faith and the trust. And also I want to say that when they came back, the both of them were taken unwell, and there was a chest congestion, and they got all of that. Now all of that was also a resistance, the shock of all that happened. So it all came up, and it was in the chest. Okay, and the lungs is freedom, we breathe. Okay, so the fear, the gripping fear got the better of her. I've not known Rekha to be under the weather a long time, but see, that's how it showed up at the physical body, at the level.
Yes.
But faith and trust has seen them both through, and everything is fine. And thank you so much, Rekha, for sharing. God bless you, my dear.
Thank you.
Love you. Thank
Love
you.
you.
Yeah. So anybody else? Unmute yourself. Let's be quick because then we run out of time. Arti, please share.
I would love to share. So, as you shared about garbage truck, yes, before few years back, 6 to 8 years back, I was completely a garbage truck. I used to take everything in. And one day I found myself as an angry bird, and I said, "This is not me. What is happening?" And heal your life, letting go, releasing, forgiveness gave me a path, a way, hope to release, which was not me. And I think I released all the garbage, and I'm on my way to become Mercedes Benz now. Yeah, and this journey became only possible because I worked on myself when I was a student or heal your life practitioner. And when I become teacher, every time I teach, I ask myself whether you are becoming good at it. And forgiveness and gratitude has given this strength to trust my life and the unknown. And yeah, this journey makes me feel worthy and allow me to ask more now. I started being easy with my desires nowadays.
Thank
So
you.
it's
Thank you.
very true. Thank you so much for sharing this story.
Thank you. So, dear ones, what I want to say is that there are garbage trucks around us. That is what I want to bring to your notice right now. Okay? There are garbage trucks around us. We will need to understand those garbage trucks with deep compassion and understanding that they are filled up. Okay? And because they are filled up, they want to offload. And they are offloading what they're offloading upon us. And there's this, you know what Jesus Christ said, forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. Oh, really, they really don't know what they're doing. And that is where the difference lies, when you have the awareness and you have the understanding and the knowledge, where you will understand why they are doing what they are doing. Right? They're filled up with anger, they're filled up with resentment, they're filled up with so many things, and they offload it upon you. But you do not have to absorb that. They're offloading it. You don't have to take it like this. You will not accept it. It does not mean that you are indifferent here. It does not mean that you are callous here. You are loving without attachment. That is the key here. You love them without attachment. You understand them. That is why you send them love. That is what is love. Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. Hurt people, hurt people. Okay? So it's not only the garbage that we carry. That's fine. We're in a place here today. We're sitting together, understanding, ready to work on ourselves. But remember, each one is the light. Each one is shining bright. It's just that that cloudiness has entered somewhere, and there is darkness somewhere, and there is hurt somewhere, there is pain somewhere, and they are bringing it up, and it is for us to offer them love so that they can release it and let it go. It's all a call for love, by the way. Every cry is a call for love. Every hurt is a call for love. So versus reacting, the need of the hour, you don't have to say it. You could send it. You could intend love. You could share it. And now, right now, I'm going to just a few, things that anybody else would like to share, please, before I go further, because I have a few key learnings and insights that I have written for your benefit, which we will ponder on over a period, over the next couple of days, not necessarily only 5 days. We'll take it on further, but we'll really put it on with intention. And the purpose of y'all coming here is not to just come here, listen and go back. क्योंकि ये आती हैं, आ जाती हैं, she तो just keeps bobbing back for no rhyme or reason every week, every 15 days. You know, she'll come. Babbu will come for the Wisdom Wednesday. But what is the use of Babbu's coming for the Wisdom Wednesday if you all are not going to take it on and do something about it, dear ones? Yeah? Yes, it's Babbu's purpose, no doubt. And but the purpose is to see you blossom and grow. I love that. And let us, share this peace around us. Before we go any further and anybody else shares, I have this wonderful song that Rick shared with me. Many of you know about those monks. You all have heard of the peace. The monks are walking, for world peace. And they have their famous, lovely little dog with them. It's on a video, but I don't know how to share the video because he sent it to me on Messenger. But I love it so much that right now I'm going to share the music with you. You can listen in and then I'll share it on the group. And if I can manage, I'll share it differently with you because I'm not able to do that.
Let compassion from Fort Worth to Washington, D.C. 120-day, 300-mile journey of peace. Buddhist monks walking across America with their loyal dog Aloka by their side, spreading loving kindness, compassion, and hope for the whole world. Step by step beneath the sky, we walk with hope, you and I. Let the anger fade away, let compassion lead our way. Every heart can learn to heal, every wound can slowly seal. In this world of joy and grief, we rise again and walk for peace. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk through day and walk through night. Hand in hand the world will see, peace begins with you and me. Walk for truth, walk for love, guided by the stars above. Let all hatred finally cease, come with me, let's walk for peace.
Let's walk for peace.
Across the land from sea to sea, a message carried peacefully. 120-day walk so wide, 2,300 miles they stride. Buddhist monks with hearts so pure, Aloka walking strong and sure. Step by step their prayers increase, calling all to walk for peace. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk through day and walk through night. Hand in hand the world will see, peace begins with you and me. Walk for truth, walk for love, guided by the stars above. Let all hatred finally cease, come with me, let's walk for peace.
Let's walk for peace.
May all beings live in freedom. May all suffering gently cease. May our footsteps write the story of a world that walks in peace. Through the valleys, over mountains, let our gentle courage rise. Peace is born in every moment when compassion fills our eyes. Walk for peace, walk for light, walk with courage shining bright. Every breath a prayer release, for a world that walks in peace. Walk for hope, walk for love, blessed by wisdom from above. Let all sorrow find release, come with me, let's walk for peace. Come with me.
Come with me, let's walk for peace.
Let's walk for peace.
Thank you, dear ones, for listening, and I express my gratitude to Rick for having sent me this on Messenger, and it's so amazing how he has his little ways, and I'm so grateful for this. And each and every one of us can make such a huge difference. And some may be forgotten. We think we're so tiny and we don't matter. You do matter, dear ones. You matter. Each and every one of you matters. Share your love. Share your light. Don't allow yourself to be burdened with the unwanted. Give up resistance. Receive love. The universe never withholds. Ask and it is given. Just open your heart. Share. Call. Call any one of us here. Call one another. We are here, dear one, to support you. And this is important. And with that, I'm just going to take another 5 minutes and I'm just going to read a couple of things out to you. I promise I will share this with you all on the Wisdom Wednesday group. And then you all can see how it's a beautiful video and the lovely dog is so amazing. And there's so much happening out there in the world. It saddens my heart. But we as teachers of love, we who are participating in the Wisdom Wednesdays, let us at least contribute in our own little ways. Let's begin with ourselves. Start loving ourselves so that we can love those around us. And then those around us will begin to love those around them. And those around them will begin to love those more around them. And that is how the ripple effect will go. And I'm so grateful to you. So there are a few key learnings that I'm quickly going to just read out to you all. And yes, peace begins with me, Priya. Thank you for sharing that, dear one. Peace begins with me. It really does. So I'm going to say that return to your inner power and free yourself from all the limiting beliefs that you all have. Get into your own inner power. Everything that you're resisting, everything that is stalling you is just a limiting concept or a belief. It is not the truth. It is not the truth. Notice whenever you feel restricted. Often it is because you are caught up in ideas of how your life should be. All the shoulds in your life are what are restricting you. When you shift the shoulds into the coulds and you begin to allow with willingness, life will begin to blossom for you and grow. What is suffering? Suffering is arguing with reality. When we resist and we argue and we justify and we blame, that is suffering. And that is what gives rise to guilt, to fear, to anger, and to resentment. And here I've written, true contentment is not dependent on external improvements. So true contentment, I have a nice house, I have a huge villa, I have a bike, or I have this car, or I have whatever, name it and you have it. That's not what contentment depends upon, by the way. Fulfillment only comes from within. You've heard me often saying, I've come home with this work. I've come home with this work. I really have come home with this work because love is all there is. I have really begun to understand that. And you will never get contentment from external gains. We can try no matter how hard, but contentment will not come from there. Then recognize the part of you that feels emotions like anger or sadness, and also that part that observes these experiences. I want you all to start becoming the observers of your feelings. I know this takes practice, but when you become an observer, then you're sitting back and watching, like that passenger sitting in the taxi. As the driver was driving and you observed the entire situation, observe yourselves and you will actually come out of life having learned something beautiful. So focus on doing your best, your dharma. Okay? Focus on doing your best. Whatever is your work, whatever you've committed to doing, whatever you've taken on doing, that is your dharma in Hindi. And then what happens? You just let go of the results of the karma. Don't worry about the results. Okay? Live in the moment now. Focus on this moment now. Embrace the recognition, I have everything I need as I need it. Let this be your affirmation. I have everything I need as I need it. Isn't that beautiful? I have everything I need as I need it. It's so simple. So there are several more that I'm going to be sharing with you all on the group later. But this is one thing that I want to say to you, which I'm going to be putting up again. I would invite you daily to read. Daily, I would invite you to read 10 pages of really physical, 10 physical pages of any non-fiction. Okay? Read 10 pages really physically of any non-fiction book. That's one thing I want you to do. Hydrate yourself, drink a lot of water every day. Okay? That's very important. Many of you are not drinking enough water. I want you to take on 45 minutes of exercise every day. Now, it could be walking, it could be between the morning and the evening. These are a couple of things that I want you to do because 2026 has set in and Makar Sankranti. So I want you to do a couple of things which I wrote down. And I want you to do this outdoors, these 45 minutes, okay? Outdoors, not in the gym or something. I want you to go outside, whether you're walking or whatever it is, or lazing in the sun, but outside, irrespective of the weather, rain, snow, or thunder. Okay? No excuses here. And follow a diet of your choice. Timings, no cheat meals, all right? And I want you to every day write a progress report for yourselves, what you missed out on, without making yourselves wrong, okay? So, reading the number of pages, hydrating yourself with that many liters of water, okay? Your diet, your 45 minutes outdoors, whether it's the morning or the evening. So now I'm going to give you this only. The rest I will follow for you later on as and how we get along on our groups on the Wisdom Wednesday. So be watchful. We're going to make it very, very interesting, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And don't worry about the chatter. Oh, there's so much happening. There's this, that. Forget that. You know, I find it a little hard to close the groups and then open the groups and do all of that. Somehow I find it a little, because I don't know. But if you guys like it, I'm going to maintain that. I'm going to leave that to Priyanka to sort out on the groups. But yes, we are going to be doing a lot of that work. Right? So are there any more questions? I'm going to close the session now with a little closing, and I would just ask any of you, is there anything that you wish to say before I close the session? Yeah, Priyanka.
So, Ma, I have not framed the question well, but I felt like asking it a couple of times before also, and hence I'm asking. There are times when we know things. We know that this is like this, like we know the facts, कि ये ऐसा है. But then we are in this human form. And in this human form, we have needs and we have expectations. And वहाँ पर we tend to feel sad when we have expectations. Like we can have them towards any person. And then when we are sad, then we know ये कहाँ से stem कर रहा है, क्या है, everything. And sometimes we still do react because वो space है. And we also know कि we are reacting, right? And we know कि we could respond in a better way. But then we know कि it is not getting met again and again. And then we react in the hope that we are heard. So how do we deal with such situations where we know what we are doing, we are getting aware कि हाँ ये हो रहा है, but then we are humans and ये हो रहा है. So what do we do then?
So
So
you
this is
trust
my
the process of life, because we are on this human journey. Especially when you say that you know, especially when you say that you're aware, and you will give up making yourself wrong. So it's all right if you have reacted. What I've started doing is, in this technology world now, if I react or I've said something, then I just say cancel, cancel, cancel. Okay? And that's it. That's awareness. So make it simple. Make whatever works for you, right? And our work is about not making ourselves wrong. We are learning. Each of us has a unique journey, and none of our journey is the same, so we will not judge one another. Who are we to judge anyone? We're all unique beings of light. Each one, we don't know what's going on in the other person's heart or head or life. So who gave us the permission to judge anyone? The session here is just to support ourselves to understand that when we react or retaliate, we are causing ourselves more suffering and harm than to anybody else. Right? When we absorb and go into a mood, now here you feel that the other person doesn't know, but it's fine, but you're still harming yourself, aren't you?
Yes.
We continue to do that. So why are we asking, why do we have metaphors? Why are we looking at transform? Is to look at it with compassion and look at the bigger picture of it, with the understanding, the awareness, and the knowledge that you just spoke about, with the knowing. So we will not beat ourselves up all the time and go into guilt, because guilt is a killer.
Yes.
Okay? It is a killer. And it's okay. And don't worry about what the other person is saying. Communicate with love. Call up. Speak to the person. Communication, self-expression is very important. And I always say, where there is no expression, there is depression. And where there is depression, there is no self-expression. So does it make, so this is not a have-to session. None of our sessions are have-tos. We're only sharing wisdom here, dear one. Okay? And I also don't know it all. I'm also sharing whatever I have experienced. Okay? And we're all on this beautiful journey together. And I acknowledge you and I appreciate you for having shared this, dear child. Right? Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much. Yeah, quickly, Donnie, and then I want to close the session because I had said 15 minutes of discussion. We're nearing that point. Yes, Donnie.
Yeah, sure, Mom. I think you touched on that. I was in that space. I was very excited again today to be on this Zoom call meeting as always for Wisdom Wednesdays, and it started off great. Till again, some phone calls came, and suddenly I got a call from my boss, and I found myself, hey, come on, what's happening? I want to do this session, and this is not the time now. It's my off time, and he's traveling. He's calling from there, and he's questioning me suddenly, and I'm thinking, come on, he's making me wrong. My ears are going red, and this session is going on over here, and I'm saying to myself, oh, what's happening? So life happens. But immediately you played that song, and I said, okay, I need to take time out. And I was in the mode of reaction. I was messaging him back that you don't understand what is going on here. And I stopped myself and I said, hey, come on. I am sitting here in a space where I want to vibrate in a particular way, and then life happens. And a call comes and turns everything different. And I am in this space, hey, why is he not understanding me? But with this work, I immediately stopped myself. I looked at myself and I said, what is his point of view? So in a situation, when you find yourself, or when I find myself getting into a zone that is taking me into an unrest, I can feel my ear went red immediately. And that's anger from inside surfacing up. Why is the other person not understanding my point of view? Come on, this is professional work. Trust me, I know what I'm doing here. And then you stop yourself. Hey, he's the boss. He has a different point of view. You don't know what he's thinking. You don't know what his vision is. And the moment I put the ball that side, put myself in his shoes, everything faded. It's only something that happened. I was giving more meaning to it. I can change that meaning. We can change the meaning to every situation. Every situation has two sides to it. It's our choice to choose what we want to look at in that situation, whether we want to empower ourselves from that situation or disempower and sit. Just wanted to bring that on the table because I was in that phase as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing, Donnie. Thank you, Priyanka, for what you've shared and all of you have shared. I love you all, and I just want you to just close your eyes for a minute with a little closing blessing so that we all go back having taken in whatever we had come here for, and just want to share with you, I observe without absorbing. I observe without absorbing. I let life pass through me, not pile up. I allow life to pass through me versus piling up. May we learn the art of passing things through, weaving and guiding ourselves through without letting any heavy weights settle upon me. May awareness be my refuge and equanimity my strength. May I travel this life lightly, alert, in loving kindness, and free. Free to forgive and free to heal. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. And now for your lovely inner child, as we all say bye-bye to one another, I have this wonderful song that I'm going to play with you. Might make some of you cry. It's a Hindi song, but it's a beautiful song that I wish for all of you to sing to your inner child because it is so beautiful.
चांद तारों की सुहानी रातें,
This beautiful universe.
कैसे भूलूंगा वो मुलाकातें,
How can I forget the conversations I had with my inner
कितनी
child?
दिलकश है, कितनी प्यारी है, याद आती है तुम्हारी बातें.
I love that little talk
दिल की
inside.
शम्मा जलाए बैठा,
I let my light shine.
अब तो खुद पे भी इख्तियार नहीं, सारी दुनिया भुलाए बैठा हूँ. ये न सोचो कि मुझको प्यार नहीं.
I love myself.
तुम जो आए हो मेरी दुनिया में, अब किसी का भी इंतजार.
I love love myself, so I need no one.
कितनी चाहत छुपाए बैठा हूँ, ये न सोचो कि मुझको प्यार नहीं.
Thank you, dear ones. I love you. So grateful for your presence here. Love yourselves. You deserve your own love. And when you love yourselves, the world around you resonates the love and the light that resides within each and every one of you. Give up absorbing the garbage around you, dear ones. I really, really love you guys, okay? And we will be meeting again next week for another Wisdom Wednesday, which is going to take off. So it's not going to be a 15 days break. We will meet next week with something more profound adding on to this. I love you. Take good care of yourselves. Good night. Sleep in peace to awaken in joy. All of you. God bless.
Love you, Ma. Can you please send the song also, please?
Yes, yes, I will. I'll send the song also.
Thank you, Ma. I love you. Love you
I
so much.
love you. God bless you.
Lots of love to everybody.
Thank you, Prashant, Donnie, and Priyanka, and all of you teachers of love, and all of the rest of you. Thank you, thank you. God bless you.